Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here today for this layout share. This is a layout share that I'm doing today from a scrapbooking day that I went to go scrapbook with some friends. So this is all that I got done. Not very much, but it's a start, right? It was a lot of catching up with some friends. So let me walk you through. So these are some old base pages. This is how I kind of eased myself into the crop day. And I actually ended up making this 2-page layout. These are actually 2 base pages that I did with an old, it's not Webster's pages. I will make sure that I link it. I don't remember. I don't think it's a Webster's pages, but it's another collection of previous base pages. I will have the base page playlist linked in there and you'll be able to find these. But I love that it was seemingly perfect for this layout. And because it has a lot of the same pattern papers, it's very easy to just put them together, you know, as a cohesive 2-page layout because there's a lot of similarities. So there is layout number, there is the first layout that I did. If you're not familiar with 30 Days of Sketches, I also, depending on when this video goes up, some of these may have already been posted as part of that challenge, but it is the 11th time where any content creators from YouTube or Instagram are welcome to participate in posting videos or layout shares regarding the layouts that are featured prominently during the times when we do the series, which is March. I think the next one, there might be one in the summer. I'm not sure, but I know they're usually in September as well. So, so this is sketch number 20 and it's by Stephanie Olson. So, you'll see that this is anchored, with a horizontal photo. It's got some embellishments there, the title, all of that. Well, I kind of just turned it like this. And I added a little bit of interest here and then the floral here because my photo was vertical, using up some very old Christmas paper, Christmas stash that was in my Christmas embellishments, some things from my use it up bin, and some die cuts that I did myself. Oh, I think just there. So lots of fun. Let me put that together. And then this is another 30 Days of Sketches. This is day 21 by Deborah Adler Hunt. And this is using one of the Simple Vintage Outdoor collections just from this, I think it was from last year. So much fun. I really tried to stay true to the vertical and the cohesiveness, but I really, really did enjoy. I just needed this piece of brown paper. I actually ended up buying at the crop because I forgot to pack it, but everything else is from the collection. I think this is Lakeside, Simple Vintage Lakeside. Everything, even this, the only thing I did were these in the Cricut, and I had them left over from a previous layout. But it's beautiful, ready to go, ready to get journaled. This one is sketch number 23 by Dana Terry. And for this one, I used a collection called, it's by Echo Park, called Winter. And what I didn't have is, I have the collection with some embellishments in there, but I didn't bring the embellishments. I totally like spaced out. I forgot. So I made everything pretty much as close to this. And I just have to, I just use that as my title. And then I just have to do some additional embellishing. But basically that is it. I dug out, there were about I think I brought 2 collections that I wanted to kind of go through. They were very old from my stash, and I wanted to try to see if I could work in some of these sketches using them. And then I think I'm going to end up breaking them apart. This one has been in my stash for a really long time. And so I have started, I didn't have the photos for it, but I've started essentially, I did the flowers to mimic the hearts. I did this. All of this is already printed. So I thought about, I cut a couple of different mats, a 4x6 and a 5x7. So because I use my base pages a lot, I just thought that this would be easy to kind of work in, whether I did it like my photo here as my mat. I could cut some of this. Like I was already trying to picture it, but I think it'll work better with this, but I just left this intact here. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I can, you know, do something like this, you know, or something like this, whatever, doesn't matter. You're just kind of playing around with these different little cut parts. I'm like, or I could just do something like that, to mimic this here. So that's a work in progress for sure, but that's the start of that layout. Using that same collection, I went ahead and used this sketch by Jessica Fenn Hill. And it just has two big stripes here with two photos and then the title. So I have my title. I have the two stripes. I thought I may be able to make this work. It may be that I only use a couple of photos and that they're smaller. They're 4x4s instead of 4x6s. Unless they're horizontal, I may be able to use horizontal photos for this. But it's a great start. And I'm using up that stash that I told you guys about. So here's the other collection. I have like slim pickings from this one. This is an old Christmas collection. Let me see. It's an Echo Park called Wise Men. And this sketch is by Shayla Gale Knowles. So the sketch really is, if you take the photos off of it, the sketch is really this. So looking at this, you're like, well, that's not necessarily Christmas photos. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing Christmassy about them. And so I thought so too. So I cut these just to be used, like, I don't know if I'll use them as mats, but just to kind of give the impression of the photos. So I think it'll be easy to just put a simple title here. And I could switch these around, you know, if I wanted to mat things differently, if I wanted to do things, something like that instead. Easily done. And the layout will come together. So another base page for this one. And then I started to work on this. This was also a already created base page, and I just ran out of time. I created two separate base pages previously and had brought these 4 photos. So again, because it's using the same collection, I went ahead and I put these together. These will be one double page layout. They have a lot of the same. This paper is the same. I think that might be it. But I have other scraps that I can bring in to make it a little bit more cohesive. But it has, minimally, it has this text paper together. But yeah, that's what I made you guys with at the crop. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I sure hope that you enjoyed seeing some of the layouts, even though some of them aren't quite finished. I thought you would enjoy just seeing all of the ones that got done during the day crop. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.